Okay, so we're going to do some GCF factoring, so make sure you have your notes out. Those of you that were absent, please get your notes from a friend in class. We're going to do these notes, and then you're going to have a worksheet to try on your own. And at a point during these notes, you will get to try them on your own, so don't go ahead of me, okay? So what we're going to do is get things in the form of a number with a number and either a plus or a minus, whatever it is, and another number. Pretty much what it looks like before we distribute. So the first thing we need to do is find the GCF. So let's do 2 and 6. 2 can't be broken up into anything else. It's already what it is, but it's a 2x. 6 can be broken up into 3 and 2. All right, now we're going to make our T-chart, 2x and 6. I have a 2, and like we did on Friday, you just bring that x down. I have a 3, and I have a 2. All right, now find the GCF. So we're going to see what do we have in common. We have 2's in common. So you know that 2 is the GCF. You're going to put your GCF on the outside of your parentheses. So here's my parentheses. 2 goes on the outside. Whatever is left in your T-chart goes on the inside. So I have an x here. It was plus, and I have a 3. That's my final answer. 2 groups of x plus 3. And if you go back and you distribute, that's how you can check if you're right or wrong. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 3 is 6. So we get the exact same answer back. This is what your answer is in factored form. So again, you find the GCF, you put it on the outside, make your T-chart, whatever's left. This x and this 3 go inside your parentheses. So let's try 5x and 10. So 5x, when we do that, it's just 5 and 1. So we'll just circle our 5. 10, 2 and 5. Make our T-chart, 5x and 10. I have 5 and my x. Don't forget that x. That's where a lot of people make mistakes, and this is when people forget, like, x squared is really x and x. 10 is 2 and 5. Let's see what we have in common. We have our 5, so we circle it. That's our GCF. So the GCF goes on the outside of your parentheses. Now what is left? I have an x for my first term. And it was adding, so I copy that over. If it's subtraction, you just copy a subtraction over. And I have a 2 for my other term, so I just copy a 2. So my answer is 5 groups of x plus 2. And if we go back to check our work, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 2 is 10. So we're perfect. All right, let's try the next one. Oh, look at my fun pineapple. Isn't that great? You know, we're fancy here. All right, 2x minus 8. So we're going to factor our 2x, or do our factor tree. It's just 2 and 1. 8, don't worry about it being a negative 8. You're just going to do that 8, and then when we rewrite it is when you will put the minus sign or negative. So 8 would be 4 and 2, 2 and 2. So we're going to make our T-chart, again using these original numbers. 2x and an 8. So I have a 2 and that x, and I have a 2, and a 2. So my GCF is just one group of 2, so 2. What's left over here? Just an x. Sorry, this is getting a little weird. Here we go. I'm using the Mobi, that's why it looks nicer this time. I'm going to take the minus sign and just bring it over. That's the only part you have to worry about, is whether it's a minus or a plus. And you don't really have to think, you just copied over. Now I have a 2 and a 2 left. What do you think I do with these two numbers? I'm going to multiply them. Write this in your notes so you remember when there's numbers left over, you're going to multiply. So that's a 4. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Perfect. So that works out. Let's try number 4. I have a 4x and a negative 10, but I'm just going to do the 10. 4 can be broken into 2 and 2, 10 can be broken into 5 and 2. Make our T-chart. I have 4x, and I have 10. So this is going to be a 2, and I don't forget the x, and the 10 is going to be the 5 and the 2. I have 2's left over, so they go on the outside of my parentheses. This one now I have a 2 and an x. What did we do over here? We multiplied, so what's 2 times x? Just 2x. This is a subtraction, so I copy that over, and left on this side is a 5. If you have a highlighter, that would be great. You're not going to need to highlight on your test because I know you're going to ask, do we have to do this on our test? Just do it for now, so that way you see where this stuff is coming from for when you study for your test. So we'll go back and check. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Awesome. 2 more, and then you can do them on your own. So just keep going with me. 3x, which is really technically just 3. I'm just going to leave it as 3. And 12. 3 is just 3 and 1. 12 is going to be 4 and 3, 2 and 2. So we're pretty much just using the skills we've learned the past couple days and just now applying it all together. So I have a 3. I can't forget my x. You can write the 1. You don't need to write the 1. It's not really going to change your answer. And I have a 3, a 2, and a 2. In common, we have 3's. I circle it, I write it once. That's my GCF. What's left over on this side is an x. This is a plus, so I copy that over. And what's left on this side are 2 2's. So 2 2's, 2 times 2 is, remember we're going to multiply, is 4. So to check, 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. Awesome, got that one right. All right, next one, 2x plus 6. So I got the 2. Again, 2 and 1. These are really easy ones. I promise I'll give you harder ones. 3 and 2. Draw your T-chart. 2x and 6. 2 and the x. 3 and the 2. 2 is in common. I'm left with a x on this side and a 3 on this side. It's an addition, so I put a plus, and 3. We go and check our answer. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. We are right. Awesome. All right. Now, try these guys on your own. You can do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Don't you love my B? So cute. All right, so pause the video now. Work alone. After you're done with this whole video thing, you'll get to work in groups. So just work alone for right now. Try these. When you're ready, press play, and then it'll go through them and you can check your work. All right, so pause the video now. Okay, so these were pretty easy for the most part. I have your answers up there, but look at number 8. Let's see what you did for number 8. We had nothing left here, so when you have nothing left, you have to put something down. Remember, there's always that factor of 1, so it's really an imaginary 1 that gets put in over here. Okay, so be careful on those. I'm sure you'll see that again somewhere soon. All right, let's turn to the next page. I'm going to pause my video because I need to do the problems and then you can check them, all right? All right, so here are our answers. Sorry, that was cut off. Again, look at number 14. We used everything up, so there's always that imaginary like 1 over here. So be sure to add that in. Make sure you wrote subtraction signs when it said subtraction and addition signs when it said addition. So check your work. Also, make sure you multiplied and you don't count 2, 4, 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So make sure that you are going and not just counting by 2's. You're actually going and figuring it all out. All right. That is it for our video. So now you guys are going to work, if you want, in small groups. Behave yourselves, though. If you want, you can work in small groups and work on the factoring worksheet. All right? No being extra and excessive, please. Thank you.